The regular recommended daily dose of funny is just not enough. Thankfully, we have extra funny with TJ and Riggins.
So, Riggins, I know you are kind of like I am, just probably not, well, most people would say not as bad. I would say not as intense about it. But people in the public get on your nerves, don't they?
Sure.
You know, like when they ask you if you're having a party because they're looking at your grocery list and that sort of thing, that bothers you. If they just anywhere try to get in your business somehow or another.
Yeah.
I get annoyed by inconsiderate people in public. The people who will step out of an elevator and then stop and then look both ways and then try to figure out which way they're going to go instead of taking a few steps forward and not blocking everybody else in the elevator. I get frustrated when somebody walks in ahead of me at the grocery store and stops right in front of the door to get their list out and start figuring out what they're going to do. Mm-hmm. Just move on up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But now young people, millennials down, are all about things being fast. It's got to happen, and it's got to happen right now. And if it doesn't, then something's wrong. And this sucks, and I'm never going to come back here again. And this place is going to go out of business, and it just takes too long. And if this video doesn't get to the point, and in 3 seconds, I'm going to the next one. I'm, so forth and so on. Which I get. Sometimes with businesses now, it's efficiency. But what trumps that with the millennials and Gen Z is self-centeredness, selfishness. For example, Taco Bell has a new feature that they're going to be doing. And everybody young that goes to Taco Bell orders on the app. They've had to build a special lane for it. You drive right up. You don't talk to anybody. You just get your food. It's, I order it because it's going to be ready when I get there.
Yep.
Well, now they've added a photo booth.
Oh, no.
So when you pull up to pick up your order, there will be a camera kind of thing at the drive-thru that will take a picture inside your car for you to pose and enter some kind of contest or something.
It's pretty smart.
So they'll take the time to do that. So it doesn't matter how long that takes because they're taking a picture of me and it's going to be all about me and I'm going to feel special. And I don't care how long it takes. And people behind me are not getting their picture taken, then to hell with them. I'm getting mine done right. So they can wait. Or it doesn't matter how long this takes. I'm not waiting for a taco, but I'll wait for a picture.
That's crazy.
So if I got behind somebody and they're taking up more time for me getting my cheesy gordita crunch because they're taking damn pictures, that bell ain't going to be ringing in a nice way. I'm going to tell you that right now.
I'm not eating a damn cold cheesy gordita crunch because of you.
Yeah, I definitely don't want a picture taken of me when I'm in the drive-thru at Taco Bell. I'm not looking my best.
Right. So I don't want a lot of people to know I'm there.
Exactly.
I just want to sneak in and sneak out.
I get the idea. They're hoping you post it and you're like, hey, here's our Taco Bell, and it's cute and it helps with brand marketing. But yeah, if it takes long and you can take endless, like, let me redo that, I'm going to be pissed.
Well, that would be me. That's not going to work. I need an up. I need a tilt. I need a.
Can you lift that camera?
Yeah.
Right. Can I just come inside? Is
right.
What she would say. Can y'all send the crew out here with cameras?
Yeah.
I need from this angle, that angle, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's just interesting to me. I mean, look, Taco Bell takes as long as Taco Bell does.
Yeah.
It's not exactly, efficient most of the time anyway. Now, if that happens at Chick-fil-A, you're going to see an uprising of people getting mad.
Oh, yeah, you know it.
But you notice they wouldn't do that at
Right.
No.
Because they've built their business on having that long drive-through, but getting people through there faster. Or do you just think of the Chick-fil-A clientele not being the same as a Taco Bell clientele?
Yeah, it's definitely a different brand. And they have different strategies.
Yeah, an older demographic, even if it's just by a few years. You know,
maybe.
Agreed.
Now, I would rather go to Taco Bell than Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a cheesy gordita crunch over chicken nuggets any day.
Any day.
So good.
Although I put those chicken minis. I love those for breakfast. Mm-hmm. I put that up against pretty much any fast food item.
Yeah, you like those.
Mm-hmm.
They're good.
But hey, talk about, do you mind not taking a picture of my big fat ass while I'm getting Nacho Bel Grande?
One, is it after they give you the bag? Because then
you're holding it up. And
then you're like, okay, I swear there's only like 2 for me. The rest are for my family.
I'm not looking to have a mirror being held up to me as I'm ordering Taco Bell. I'm not in a good place.
Now, I'll tell you one millennial that's not going to be going in for all that is Rob. Can you imagine? Rob pulls up because he's ordered on the app. He didn't want to have any interaction with anybody.
Yeah.
And he pulls up to get his order, and they say, "Wait, we got to take your picture." He'd be like, "The hell you do?"
Yeah. He's gonna get mad.
He just speed away. Give me my food first, and then he's just gonna be gone.
He's just gonna be ducking.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get that picture first.
Yeah.
Hey, have you told Lynn about the famous picture of Rob that you found on Google that day?
Oh, I don't know.
You did not.
Yeah. This was years ago, but Rob, he likes to go to fast food after work a lot.
Okay.
And we were asking him when we were at the radio station, we said, where are you going? He goes, I go to this Taco Bell. It's up the street. So I had my computer connected to the TV screen in the studio. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I'll just Google map it and see, just so we have some context for where he's going.
Yeah. And
we pulled up the Google Street View outside of the Taco Bell. And sure enough, he's in the Street View image in his car eating a burrito at the stoplight.
Shut up.
Just hammering, a beefy 5-layer at the stoplight, like right outside.
What are the chances?
I know.
Well,
he goes, oh my God, it's me.
Well, I guess, yeah.
Because he doesn't wait till he gets home to eat any of it. He said fast food never makes it to his house. Yeah. It's meant to be eaten in the car.
So he's not eating and driving. He's parked there.
No, but he's eating and driving, but he happens to be at the light.
Yeah. At the light.
Right outside the restaurant, and he's already just got the wrapper off and just like.
That is hilarious. Could we pull that back up?
It was years ago, and I'm sure they've updated it now. But it was like as soon as it came up, he was like, "Oh my God, that's me!"
You don't say.
This huge burrito.
That is so funny.
That was funny.
Yeah. He's famous.
He is famous.
He's famous, and they blurred out his face, I think.
Well, you have to
so
at
close,
that point.
yeah.
Yeah. They're like, we don't want to make people sick. He's like,
yeah, I pictured that too. He just got it all over him, in his beard.
Beans. Up and down.
He's doing work on that burrito. That was great.
That's amazing.
That is great.
How mortified would you be, Lindsay, if that were you?
Yeah.
If they caught you eating a big cheesy gordita crunch behind the wheel.
Yeah.
I think I'd leave the country. I could not face the day.
Yeah.
I couldn't come in here. I couldn't keep it even a secret. If I knew, I'd be like, oh my God, guys, this is what happened. I'm leaving.
You got your head turned to the side because you're eating a gordita.
Oh, yeah, because that gordita, you can't, there's no other way to eat it.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen her eat in the car. It's not pretty.
Oh, yeah, it's a scene.
It ain't good. It ain't good. Okay.
You take those road trips and Lindsay would be yelling from the back. She was either in the very back or had to be up in the front.
Yeah.
Because she gets car sick.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
I could lay in the back or be in the front. Yeah.
And she'd be yelling out, I want,
pass me the fire sauce. Fire sauce. More fire sauce.
Riggins, damn.
Yeah.
That's probably, I mean, outside of being photographed outside of like an Adam and Eve, or some kind of sex store on a Google Street Cam, I think actively eating on camera when you don't know is the worst thing that can be spotted.
I would take sex store any day over eating in the car. Yes.
Is that Lindsay? What is in that box?
Any day. I'd rather have a bag from Adam and Eve in my hands than a Taco Bell bag.
Big Wayne sticking out of the bag.
Any day.
Having to have a part-time employee come out and help you load everything into the car.
Yeah, right. She's got the tailgate out.
Yeah. At least I could say this is a bachelorette party. I can make something up. The gordita in my face is a little telling.
Or what was that thing you used to always say about going into Hooters that you were buying their tights because they were cheap or they were good tights?
Yeah,
and you bought them out of the ladies' room.
That's where the NBA used to buy their tights. Yeah.
So she could say that. She's like, I was in here buying tights.
Yeah, buying tights, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just happened to throw in all of the sex toys as a bonus gift.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't buy it.
Like a buy one, get one free thing. Like.
This backpack battery edition.
Yeah. I actually have been in those more than I'd like to ever say because of how many bachelorettes I planned.
Oh, yeah.
Like I needed a, cake pan that looks like a, whatever, whatever, you name it. I've bought from there.
Yeah.
Just not what most people buy from there, I guess.
And you'd rather be on Google Street View doing that than eating a burrito.
Any day.
Yeah, I went by a Chinese restaurant in the hood a couple months ago, and this guy came out in the middle of the day wearing a tracksuit, older guy, probably in his 60s, and he stands there on the sidewalk holding his belly outside of this Chinese restaurant, just like in the middle of the day. Like, I could just picture him farting and burping. It's like, I don't want to be seen coming out of a Chinese restaurant that full.
Yeah.
Just like,
Toothpick hanging out.
It's like, it was so gross just seeing him. He just filled up, tanking up.
Aren't you wearing like a hat or something? You're just
Yeah, I mean, I'm there by myself. I just want to go low key, but he's just like,
stretching.
Get in your car.
All right, Lindsay, would it be worse for you to be, photographed like that eating a cheesy gordita crunch coming out of Taco Bell or a big fat cheeseburger?
I think something about the Taco Bell. It's something about it. I could do a cheeseburger. I mean,
because a cheeseburger's, I think, even going to be messier.
That's true.
Yeah, it might be, but there's
unless it's a small like McDonald's cheeseburgers.
There's an underlying level of like desperation when you're eating Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Like I love Taco Bell. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I do too.
But yeah, it's just different. I can't
It's
explain
more
why.
embarrassing. But
It wouldn't bother me at all.
really,
No, I wouldn't care.
I'm even sometimes embarrassed to admit like I want it.
Yeah.
If me and Kyle are saying, you know what, I could go for some Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Which he loves Taco Bell too.
Yeah.
It's just not something you say in public unless you're around like really close people,
I say probably at least twice a week I will say aloud that I'm craving Taco Bell. I never get it,
Yeah.
but I want it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
And if there were one close to me, I would. But the closest one's like maybe 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
I ain't got that kind of time.
No.
That one TikTok's got everybody afraid to eat hot dogs in public now because that one kid was eating one on the side of the, oh, you like the glizzy? You gobbling that glizzy? Now everybody's like trying to be private. But I think coming out of like a wiener schnitzel or something, like, don't catch me on camera eating a foot-long chili cheese dog. I don't want that.
It's kind of like every woman in public that goes to eat a banana has to break it in half, break it in pieces.
Yeah. You ain't eating a whole banana ever
Yeah.
if you're a woman.
And I guess you can blame men for that, right?
I think so.
Say.
Look at that! Look at that! All right, worse eating a banana like that or a cheesy gordita crunch?
Still the gordita. I just hate to say it.
Okay. Well, I guess we can try to come up with ideas that may be more embarrassing for her than that, but I don't think that we will be able to.
It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
But we've got to get a picture of it somehow and post it without her knowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's get some Taco Bell.
Hammering it.
More extra funny next.
Hey, it's Riggins, and if you love dogs like me, it's heartbreaking when you see posts online that show a cute dog at the shelter with a last day deadline. Wouldn't it be awesome if there were no more last day calls for these dogs? There's a great new organization called No More Last Days. They just launched a website with one goal: to help dogs while featuring like-minded organizations who do good work. Visit tjriggins.com/lastdays or visit them in person at the booth at the Carolina Renaissance Festival every weekend through November and see how they're making a difference and how you can help. tjriggins.com/lastdays.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. The new TJ and Riggins Show gallery button with the pictures, videos, and links you're hearing us talk about on the show. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
TJ Riggins Overtime is our newest podcast. Along with the full regular show and extra funny, we've got a little bit more show every day for you called TJ Riggins Overtime. Available wherever you get podcasts. TJ Riggins Overtime is sponsored by Cozy Earth. Go to tjriggins.com/deals to save 41% on their entire store. tjriggins.com/deals for Cozy Earth.
Welcome to Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins.
You know, my wife always has an answer for pretty much everything. For example, I've had a sleeping disorder, well, my whole life, but they diagnosed it about 25 years ago. And I've been taking medication and the whole thing. Sleeping for me is it's a chore.
Never heard that.
I mean, it's a whole thing. Sometimes I sleep okay. I never sleep well through the night. I never do that. But sometimes it's not as bad as others. But whenever I've had a bad night of not sleeping very much, my wife will ask me, how'd you sleep? Because usually it's a trend. How'd you sleep? And I go, well, I didn't sleep very much. Why?
She's surprised after all this time.
I go, well, I have a sleeping disorder. Well, I mean, I know that, but what caused it to flare up or whatever? I don't know.
Yeah.
And I'll come up with something. Just thinking about things. What were you thinking about? And then it goes into, there was, some recipes that I was trying to think about if I tweaked it this way or that way, if it would be good. And then my mind just started running.
Yeah. I'd be like the victims.
Yeah, but I know that the recipe thing is not something that she's going to want to delve into because she's not interested in that.
Yeah.
But that does happen sometimes.
Yeah.
I'll kind of wake up in the night and then I'll start thinking, what am I going to cook for breakfast in the morning? I bet I do this and then I might as well just get up.
Yeah.
But one of the answers that she always has is because it's the same routine I have every night. I go in, brush my teeth, take my sleep medicine. Sometimes I need to go to the restroom before I go to bed. I turn on the TV. I get in the bed, watch TV for just a few minutes until I just kind of settle down before I put that stupid ass mask on, that CPAP mask, because it's, you can't just run in and put that thing on and then lay down. Because I can't, because I feel like it's, I'm encumbered by it. Mm-hmm. And even though it's blowing oxygen into my face, sometimes I lose my breath, if I don't settle down first and put that thing on, So if she happens to come into the room before I fall asleep during that time, when I haven't put the sleep mask on yet, I could have been sitting there watching TV for 30 seconds or 5 minutes. And she walks in during that time. She always says the same thing. Well, this is why you can't sleep. You come in here and watch TV all night. Every time. And I've explained to her so many times what the purpose of that is.
Yeah.
And then when I put the mask on. When I start to get sleepy, I turn the TV off, and then I go to sleep. Mm-hmm. But every time, you're not sleeping. You're in there watching TV.
You're watching murder.
Well, that's the next thing. I'm watching murder. I tell you, if you stop watching all those murder shows and everything, you could sleep. Yeah. It's like, thank you, doctor.
Mm-hmm. You and your murder.
Yeah.
Watching crime.
And then I've even tried to, explain that. A lot of those documentary type shows. The people they're talking to are speaking very softly, and they have that droning music in the background as the narrator is talking. So that kind of puts me to sleep. Mm-hmm. She doesn't accept that. I wouldn't be able to sleep either if I was in here watching murder all night and crime all night.
Oh, man.
That's all I'm doing.
I love it.
Well, here's a clip of a young woman that she seems to be. It looks like she's a teacher. She's sitting in a classroom, like a little children classroom. So I guess she's the teacher. And that's kind of a trend now where teachers will make TikTok videos and stuff like that while they're at school. And she's got one of those septum rings in her nose. Not what you would say, she's not, on the weekends making extra money as, a ring girl at boxing matches. Will tell you that, But I don't want to say she's ugly or anything like that. She's just not what you would call in our culture a typical nice looking person.
Oh, well.
Now, some cultures, she would be a beaut.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to say which ones?
Well, I don't really know.
Oh.
But I'm just saying there's got to be a culture out there where she would be attractive.
Okay.
There's got to be somebody out there. That
Yeah, there's a lot of efficiency.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Somebody for everybody.
Sure.
And this is her talking about the same thing. And maybe this is like Jody's on to something here with her assessment of why I don't sleep very well.
I'm so sorry to be the one to tell you this, but when I stopped listening to true crime, when I stopped watching true crime, when I stopped exclusively reading horror novels, when I stopped watching spooky TV shows, when I stopped watching horror movies all the time, like my anxiety did get better. I do still have anxiety. I've been diagnosed since I was a teenager with generalized anxiety disorder. I've had anxiety for my whole life. So it didn't go away, but it did get better.
So she quit watching crime and murder.
Yeah.
Got better.
Makes sense.
And then it got better.
Yeah.
And then she's quick to say, but I still have anxiety. I've had it my whole life. I've been diagnosed with it. Mm-hmm. And everybody under 40 in U.S. America has been diagnosed with anxiety.
Sure.
And, now, part of the reason is because they've grown up in a society that's telling them nonstop that everything's about to catch on fire and everything is dangerous and the world's a terrible place, especially their country is awful. I mean, they're just hit with nonstop tragedy and the warnings of tragedy. So that develops a lot of that anxiety and stuff.
Look what happened to Lindsay. She was eating the Slim Jims and her phone hurt her. And then all of a sudden gave her an ad for like, hey, these things cause you cancer.
Yeah.
Number one, Slim Jims or something like that.
Yeah.
They do it on purpose. They're trying to make you freak out.
Sure.
And it
especially
works.
all that, that crazy climate bullshit. Making little kids think that their parents' car is going to cause the world to blow up and kill everything, kill all the cute animals and all this stuff. It starts when they're little.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
So that's one reason a lot of people or young people are on that anxiety medicine. The other is just because they're, they use it as an excuse as to why they're not in the position in life they think they should be. So it's not their fault. It's anxiety. It's a medical condition. Don't blame me for being weird and looking the way I look and everybody not, wanting me to come eat dinner with them.
Right. Living with mama at 50 in the basement.
My mama's a sweet woman.
Yeah.
And then it wouldn't make sense that she would be a teacher because those are the types, now that you see more and more that are trying to tell kids, if I can turn these kids to the way I am, then I'm going to be normal.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to know my kid's teacher has a lot of anxiety. That would kind of put me on pins and needles. I'm like, what are you going to do when my kid starts choking on something? Are you going to have a panic attack? I don't know.
Or any kind of emergency in a school. I mean,
you're anxious?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
If my kids were still little and I went to visit their teacher for the first day of the year, when you do that, you go the week before school starts, and their teacher looked like a lot of these teachers that you see on TikTok and everything, I wouldn't even go into the room and sit down and talk with them. I'd just immediately go and try to get my kids switched out of there.
yeah.
Because you can look at them and tell which ones are going to be the trouble. Which ones I'm going to have trouble with.
Is it the younger teacher, you think, because of the time?
Not necessarily, because, I mean, like, you think about all those old hag Marxist college professors that there are.
Yeah.
Those stringy ass hair, no makeup, big old long dresses that
No shower.
that don't touch them anywhere. All that hemp shit.
Yeah.
Bracelets and
You're right.
beads and you know
bracelets and beads.
You know the look.
Yeah, I know the look.
You got a lot of beads on there.
It's like a homemade purse, crossbody.
Yeah. Look like, a child's purse you get at a souvenir shop in a truck stop area,
In the mountains. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell. But I mean, you can walk in and tell, hey, and I would prefer that. I'd rather them be overt than covert.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Anybody's inclined to get a tattoo on their face, do it.
Get it done.
Yeah, because in that way, people will know what to expect from you.
Right.
It's like that's the kind of thing that's important to you. Now, you may be a great entertainer. Look at old Jelly Roll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Post.
They got, tattoos on their faces. But I mean, if you're looking for somebody that's going to show up 9 to 5 and be presentable and not scare customers, you might not want that kind of look.
Right.
Yeah. It's a little unsettling when it's at, Joanne Fabrics. And there's so many tattoos all over the face. Oh,
can I help you?
Yeah, hello.
You're the person at the insurance office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's not a good look.
That is a look for you. Face tattoo.
Where's that teardrop from?
Yeah.
So there's something for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then there are just some people that are not for me in general or my children.
Yeah. People who are anxious. With beads.
Who are anxious to look as damn ugly as they can.
Yeah. That's
That's what I'm talking about.
It's Extra Funny with TJ and Riggins. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
These are the painless stiletto heels you've been hearing me talk about from Protégé, and yes, I said painless because they are. And they also come beautifully packaged in this box. You get a shoe bag as well. You get 2 extra straps. And so basically you're getting 3 pairs of shoes because they all look different. So then you buckle it to however you want and hook it on. So no more hassling with the buckle once you get it on. So go to tjriggins.com/shoes, promo code TJ for 30% off.
Hey, it's TJ, and I say it every year at this time. The perfect gift for someone in your life that you love is Omaha Steaks. Have delicious Omaha Steaks delivered to your house and save a lot of money. You can get 50% off site-wide at omahasteaks.com, plus a $30 reward card when you shop early and score an extra $30 off with the promo code TJR. I'm telling you, whomever you give this as a gift is going to love it. It's Omaha Steaks. Order today at omahasteaks.com.
The charity Peyton's Promise would not be possible without great sponsors. Great sponsors like Lily and Grace, Design, Home, Living. It's Lily and Grace. Go to tjriggins.com/LG to find out more. That's tjriggins.com/LG.